When I first saw the commercial for the Poof Point, I was like, what in the world could that mean? The Poof Point. Makes me want to say Poof Point with a lot of emphasis on the P. Poof Point. But then I realized, hey, this has TJ Henderson from Smart Guy and Mr. Cooper from Hanging with Mr. Cooper. You already had me at Smart Guy, so double win. And as an added bonus, you got the girl from the first season of The Amanda Show. I'm sure most people remember her from the girls' room. I know I do. You know, Smart Guy is one of my favorite shows, but I'm not really interested in seeing Taj Mori's face really close to the TV talking to us about what's going to happen. It's not just the beginning either, it happens throughout the whole movie, but luckily not too much. Marie and Eddie are brother and sister who have two parents that are super scientists that are usually working on projects. They feel totally embarrassed by them because they are always talking nerdy, and all the other parents and people in their neighborhood don't like that because they cause so much noise. And plus, they don't feel they relate to them at all. Just watching the first part of the Poof Point, you wonder, are these two kids adopted? I mean, they are the complete opposite. Eddie is here playing a guitar and trying to get into some band, and Marie seems like the furthest thing away from being a scientist. And the parents are talking about stuff nobody has any interest in, so we can already see this is setting up to be quite a wild movie to watch. But I think these parents are awesome. They built a time machine. You gotta admit that is cool, but it doesn't work, and this is where the Poof Point comes from. Instead of making a time machine, they make a machine that de-ages you younger and younger until you reach the Poof Point. It happened already to that fish, and I don't think they ever rescued that fish either, which makes me kind of sad. I mean, they should have at least brought that fish back just to give some closure. Now he's gone forever. So if the fish disappeared and the parents used the machine on themselves, that means, oh no. This is where most of the humor comes from. The parents getting younger and getting closer to Eddie and Marie's age. From the beginning of the movie, these kids are constantly angry and stressed out. They feel embarrassed by their mom and dad. They have to deal with all their school friends and have to try to figure out how to get their parents back to their original age. One of the main reasons I like the Poof Point a lot is it shows just how tough it is being a kid. I mean, yeah, it's much easier than being an adult, but kids still gotta deal with school, friends, figure out what they want to do in life, and make decisions that will affect them for the long term, so it can be a lot to deal with. That's what Eddie and Marie learn and how they start to bond closer to their parents and relate more. We even see where Eddie got his interest in guitar, so it all starts to connect. While all that is happening, one of the neighbors wants to kick this whole family out of the house because of their science projects that blow up all the time. These neighbors are probably the most stereotypical family you could put on TV with how they look and act. Being all uptight and trying to be perfect and have the best, nicest daughter. This girl Lizzie, her parents think she always does the right thing, but then admits she doesn't, which is I think a good lesson to show. Kids shouldn't always do the right thing since you're just a kid, and that's the perfect time to mess up and not do the right stuff. I'm not saying go crazy and become a criminal, but you're so young, of course you won't know any better, and that is okay. That's what we see in Lizzie towards the end when she sneaks out to the house party. Once that's all settled, we see that the kids also are scientists themselves because they figure out the formula to reverse the machine and make their parents old again. So everything all makes sense now. That must explain why whenever the parents got younger, we hear Eddie narrate and explain what is happening. I sort of found that annoying, like why when something happens it has to be explained. My guess is since this is targeted towards children and it's on the Disney Channel and deals with science stuff, the movie has to explain what's going on. But still, I'm just taking a random guess here. So everybody is saved, and now the family bonded so well during all this that they finally can be happy with each other. But my biggest surprise in this whole movie is when I heard the F word in the Poof Point. Yup, Taj Mori says it right here, and it wasn't bleeped out or anything. Here, I'll show you.
And I'll be saving a spot for you right up front.
Am I losing my mind or was he just flirting with you?
Both.